Are you hoping that there will be some kind of closure? Because we've seen, for example, in the Jia Khan case, we saw also in the Arushi Talwar case, when when these mysterious deaths acquire a certain public imagination, space in public imagination, very often we don't find closure, we don't find the solution. Are you hoping the CBI team will be able to crack it? What are you making of everything we've seen so far, Meghna?
Rahul, I definitely hope so. I came on India Today around 3 weeks ago, and I remember saying that wait for cogent evidence to come out before, blaming certain people for Sushant's death. And I've always maintained that two lies do not make a truth. That, tall claims and conspiracy theories and allegations. Remember, in today's time, right now, there are bots at work who are trying to sway public opinion. There's also huge irresponsibility on the part of some media companies, some outlets, who are picking up social media posts and WhatsApp messages and pretending that that's major news. There's such they're spreading such malfied information. They're highly prejudiced. They're also not allowing sane voices to prevail. So what we need to focus on right now is that maybe this is the time for public hysteria to kind of take it down a notch, allow a fair probe to take place, allow the CBI to look into all angles, let them investigate what actually happened, let people stop acting like experts, stop jumping to conclusions and conjectures, stop all that speculation, so that, let the truth come out, so that if you're a fan of Sushant Singh Rajput, let his soul rest in peace. Let the truth come out. I think this is the right time for that. We need to stop infantilizing, a 34-year-old male with all these theories that have come up. We also need to understand that the denial of mental health in our country is doing a great disservice to the entire nation. It's something that should have been dealt with in a nuanced and mature fashion, but look at the level of discourse that we have ended up reaching instead. It's really, really quite pitiful what I've seen in this particular case, how badly it has been conducted by the media.
Ganesh Shirvalkar, as a friend of Sushant Singh Rajput, somebody who spent time with him when this young bright man was alive, what do you make of what Neeraj is telling the Mumbai police, that Sushant Singh Rajput was given 3 joints just a couple of days before his death, and that when he came in, the glass in which these joints were lying had been cleaned out, suggesting that the joints had been consumed, and the reason they didn't barge in was because they thought maybe the boss is just cooked out and therefore or he's just smoked out and therefore he isn't opening the door. So what are you making of this?
As of now, I have been I know the Sushant from the last 12 years, 11 to 12 years. As of now, Sushant will never do any kind of marijuana and all kind of anything. He can't do. He don't do in front of my nothing, and he can't do this thing. He never addicted about this anything, any addiction. He doesn't have any addiction. First of all, and the other thing is that when we want to prove something in Sushant's side or opposite of Sushant, we need 2 things same to same. A witness and the evidence, right? Hello?
No, sure. So as I said,
yeah, just some kind of person
don't approach this with any preconceived notions. We're not imposing our moral values on what was happening inside that household or not. This is a case that's now very clearly captured public imagination. We're tracking the story as we would any other, and we've not already decided and approached it with a predetermined mind. This is what happened, that this is murder or this is suicide. We'll keep tracking whatever the different dramatis persona are telling the Mumbai police and the CBI.
Yeah, it's not just that proves that there was some witness, some person is said that he smoked some marijuana or something. It's not proof that he is taking already. It's the CBI investigation, or maybe in the
no, but as I think, I think as the CBI officer said, that this is likely to emerge in the Visra sample, and therefore we will know whether this is true or not. This is what that cook is saying. We know on accord because we've seen the question and answers between him and the Mumbai police. So this is what, for what it's worth.
Is it in the marijuana is happened in the room or is in body?
No, so what the cook has said is that he gave three cigarettes to Sushant Singh Rajput and that they'd been cleaned out. Now, whether he'd consumed them, not consumed them, as I said, unlike any other network, we're not jumping to conclusions. Hey, who are we to sit in on judgment on what he was smoking and what he...
As of now,
I am not supposed to give the proof. Please understand this. We're just journalists tracking this story. Okay, sure. But I'm saying in the way that you ideally shouldn't be certain. We're most certainly not certain. Okay, you're saying you're sure about it. We will see what happens. This is what the cooks told the Mumbai police. We're tracking that. We'll also see what the forensic experts come up with by themselves. And as Navneet Vasan says, in the glass where the cigarette sticks were kept, by doing a forensic examination of that, even if it's been cleaned out supposedly, the police and the CBI will be able to establish if there was marijuana kept there or not.